A very quick, brief summary of what this video is about. I say in this video later on she's got a different t-shirt. I don't mean the colour or the shape. I mean she goes from having little breasts into a great big cup sitting there, a dropped cup. How can she go to being that big, from having these? Anyway, we'll cover that in the video. She also has different eye makeup, different eyebrows. She has different eyes, blue, hazel, brown, and that is who Shanann really is. Those two people stuck together. This happened when they were going off onto something else, and there was a little glitch. That's the glitch, because that's who is Shanann. These two are Shanann. Please send this to the police. Be my guest. I'd love somebody to see. And this person, who's underneath it all, has a beard. Look, has a beard, has stubble. And we're going into deeper depth. And also, look, we'll talk about this later on. Just remember this. Hope everybody's realised what the problem is already. Oh my goodness gracious me. Another video coming. Well, I'm not even going to add the beginning bit. That bit when she's walking across is very strange, because I know she's not walking on the floor. But anyway, we'll get onto this bit. I'm going to show you a few things. Well, first of all, as she starts to sit down, her t-shirt is quite thin. She looks quite tiny. Her bosoms are quite up here. Oh, but as she sits down, her bosoms have dropped. Her bra is very low and her t-shirt's changed. So, yeah, pretty low for a woman in 30s. But anyway, she comes in. Oh, they're up there. They're much further up and sort of small and pert. Oh, but as she sits down, you can just see a great big cup of a bra. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. It's horrible to do this to people. But anyway. What are we doing this bit now? Yeah, as they walk away, their nose goes a bit funny, so nothing else about them is funny, just their nose. And they don't look the same when they're walking away. That's because they're not. Oh dear, and anyway, I think I'd be seasick in their house. Just look at the levels of everything. Look at the ceilings. She's straight, but her house isn't straight. She obviously lives in the crooked house. Anyway, back to this. Yes. Anybody noticed anything? She's got different eye makeup on and different eyes. Do you see the colours in her eyes? The one on the left and the one on the right. Because they're different people. The eye on the right is dark brown. The eye on the left is hazel. Eye on the right is dark brown. The eye on the left is hazel. The eye on the left is just different. It's got a different pupil, everything. Can you see it yet? Different eyebrows, different eyes, different coloured eyes. Can you see the face? There, look at the eyebrows. Look at the eye makeup. And then look at the eyes. Personally, I'd like someone extremely high up to look at this case again and look at it properly. That's where I think they've joined the faces. Always got to be, well, either they put both eyes on over the top of a face with a bit of nose, half a nose, or it's one eye and one eye. It just is. I don't know how they do it. I don't play games like this. So, yesterday Shanann had a blue eye and a hazel eye. Then she had a dark brown eye and then a completely different eye over there, half the size of the one on the left. But then the one on the left is bluey again. So she's got a bluey eye on that side, very dark eye on the right side. Oh, but today she's got a hazel eye on the left and a dark brown eye on the right. Well, the other way around because she's facing us, but to us, I mean, for us. How can that be? Please, everybody, can they work it out yet? Can they see different eyebrows? Oh, there you go. Her thrive, back to front. Writing, back to front. Everybody notice the two different levels of her hairline. The right side and the left side. Look at the hairline. Oh, once you spot this, there you go. Back to front. A multi-business she's doing, 80,000 a year, and they haven't even mastered to get the camera the right way around. Oh my goodness, do you see that? We're going back to that. Just as it flicked over, there's the two people that make up Shanann. There they are. There they are. There they are. Do you see them? The one on the left is the one that I caught where everybody's been really rude to me when they're looking over the phone. That's the man on the left. And the person on the right is her neighbour, who we caught underneath a photograph. Well, that's who it reminds me of anyway. Sorry, I was eating a Jaffa cake then. The neighbour who said she didn't know her. It's in the Unscrambled channel. The one on the left can't hold their cup very well. So I think that gives you a big indication. Great big indication about who's left-hand side of the picture. Can you see it now? Can you see it? Or that picture of those two people's morphed in with a man. She does half look like the neighbour. Oh, but the neighbour's probably not real either, are they? Oh, dearie me, what a mess. Millions of people believing that this is real. All you have to do is slow the footage down. You find all their mistakes. And the more you slow it down, the more you see. Oh, okay, back to Shanann now. Well, whoever they are. Well, maybe Shanann's got a great big black eye. Or maybe that's just someone else's eye. Here we go. That's someone else's eye. This is crazy, this is. Whoa, this is Shanann. But it's not, is it? This is the man. Can you see their stubble yet? They've got stubble on their chin. Oh, and on that picture, go back to it, you know, the bit where it's gliding in between. You'll see the person on the right has longer hair. Sorry, shorter hair than the person on the left. Just go back to the bit where it flicks through and you see the two faces, you know, in between. You'll see one of them has different length hair. And something else I noticed, guys, don't mean to break the illusion again. Seems to me there aren't really very many detectives or anything like that, are there? There aren't many people really looking at this case, because I'm going to burst another bubble for you. Many people watched this video and liked it. Have you noticed anything yet? Look where the windows are in the house. They are on the left hand side. The house is back to front. Please. The house is back to front. The living room should be up the other end, and the windows should be up the other end. The house is the wrong way round. The house is the wrong way round. Can everybody see it yet? So what we have is, we have funny bras, etc, etc. We have blue eyes, brown eyes and hazel eyes. We have different makeup, different eyes, other people appearing on the videos, and our living room back to front, and the words are back to front. So what does it take to get everybody to understand that this is a lie? And if the police oversaw this case, then they really haven't done a very good job, have they? They didn't do any forensic testing on the photographs, and they obviously didn't bother to look at any of the footage properly to realise that lots of things were back to front, or even look into things, or even notice different eye makeup, different eyes. They would know. They have forensic studios themselves to do all this stuff. Anyway, I'm gutted. I'm gutted. I was gutted weeks ago when I came back across it and realised what was going on. And ever since then, I've been trying to tell everybody the truth. So, how do you feel knowing that that's two separate people playing her? Remember, they've got different eyes. One's got hazel eyes, one's got dark brown. Oh, but she has blue eyes as well. Her stud changes on a different side of her nose, and no one says anything. Anyway, who is Shanann Watts?
The defendant then methodically and calmly loaded their bodies into his work truck, not in a hasty or disorganized way. He was seen from the neighbor's doorbell camera backing his truck into the driveway, going back and forth into the house and back out to the truck 3 different times, 1 time for each of their bodies. He then drove them away from their family home 1 final time, intent on hiding any evidence of the crimes that he had just committed.
Police get a break in the form of the Watts' next-door neighbor, Nate Trinastich. He has a security camera on the front of his house.
It's right there above your head. What I did is said I have the video surveillance. The only thing I caught was Chris backing his truck into the garage.
Let alone the first bit of this video I showed you. You've got the district attorney saying they saw him carry the bodies out like garbage. You've got Nate saying they caught Chris Watts backing on the drive, yet the police release a video with a shadow coming towards him that he scoops down and picks up. We get a video for an hour when actually he was only on there for 10 minutes, and it goes on and on and on. Even Graham says the video is unclear, and in fact the police sentenced him without ever checking this shadow on the drive. Don't you think that's pretty damn terrible? That doesn't say they're very good, does it?
Both alive at that point. Okay. Is there any reason you would feel uncomfortable to tell me that they were not alive at that point?
They were.
Okay.
It wasn't a video or anything?
It's hard to see. Okay. And I believe you.
I cannot understand why when Chris Watts says, "Oh, didn't you have a video of the drive?" and Graham turns around and says it's unclear. I mean, that must have been one of the most watched videos ever of a drive, that everybody saw another shadow come in, and then Chris Watts or whatever it was, or whatever, went down and picked up the other shadow that was moving towards him. How can the police say that the video was unclear? It was definitely clear, and it was an extremely big talking point on YouTube about that shadow. In fact, loads and loads and loads of you wrote to the police to tell them about the shadow on the drive. Even my videos of the drive got sent to the police by viewers because it was so obvious. There was a small shadow, like a child, definitely not a dog, walking towards that he scoops down and picks up. And we actually know that supposedly the children were alive when they went to the gas field. So how could the police say that that shadow was unclear? Oh my goodness. I just don't, there's so many things that are wrong.